Good morning, conference. Good morning. Very good. How was your day yesterday? Very good. How was your night? It's a good night. Okay, to start this morning plenary session, I shall now call on our new chairman, His Excellency Ambassador Rusty, to preside over the plenary for this morning.
Good morning. Good morning. My fellow delegates, observe and guests, let's observe the reflection of the day together. But before, I would like to remind for the Muslim, today is Friday. The committee, the host country also will prepare the place to pray for Jumat praying. And I do hope that from the Pakistan can becomes leader for praying. The venue, it will be in front of the both exhibition. At 11:50 will start. And now it will be show the screen. Recap of yesterday. Thank you for the reflections. Any further note from the floor? Brother Malcolm?
Right, good morning, everyone. My name is Malcolm Tan, and I am here to share a little bit about, to clear up a little bit of the confusion over the breakout group's proposal yesterday with respect to the regional triennial plan. Sid, can you put the thing up? Now, just to clarify, yesterday, at the breakout group presentation on the regional plan, the conference endorsed by way of by applause the draft triennial plan. Now, it had been raised that there were some very good suggestions and recommendations that were put up by the breakout group, and that those should be considered by the regional committee. Those were things that were shared yesterday, but perhaps not everyone heard them. So some of us have discussed, and I propose a resolution for the regional, for the resolutions committee to put up to the conference, and this is the resolution, right? So the resolution is that recognizing that the conference will approve, that recognizing the good and sterling efforts put into developing and crafting the draft regional triennial plan, in growth everyone counts, and in particular the work done to ensure that it is in alignment with WOSM's triennial plan, and acknowledging the many useful additional recommendations that were raised at the breakout group. This conference will endorse the draft APR plan, it will approve it in principle, and the conference will request the Regional Scout Committee to consider and study the additional recommendations that were made by the breakout group yesterday, and those materials are ready, as well as any other additional input from any NSO on the triennial plan, which has to be received by the regional director by the 30th of November, with a view to incorporating them into the plan if applicable. So this is the resolution, the draft resolution that will go to the resolutions committee for the conference to approve. So if all of you agree, can I request that you just give another warm round of applause just to endorse this? Yep. And I hope this clears the confusion. We are very inclusive, we are listening to everyone, and we'll give everyone an opportunity to again comment on the plan by 30th November. So thank you very much.
Okay, once again, thank you very much, Brother Malcolm. For the recognition ceremony this morning, we are going to recognize the IPR Scouts Foundation Silvers and Golds members. We would like to invite the President of IPR Scouts Foundation, Dr. Chow, and the Regional Director, Jia Pangilinan, to present IPR Scouts Foundation upgrade members. May I invite Prasanna will go to announce the IPR Scouts Foundation Silvers.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. First, the APR Scout Foundation. This is the last leg of the recognitions this morning. All those who have become the Silver Palm and the Gold Palm members, which is $5,000 and $10,000 respectively, will be recognized this morning. May I now request Dr. Mukhidin, the Vice President, also to please join here, Dr. Chow, in presenting these recognitions. And for the Silver Palm, we invite Mr. Lee Bok-ee from Korea Scout Association. Dr. Lee Bok-ee. He will be recognized by a certificate confirming his contribution to the Asia Pacific Regional Scout Foundation and a trophy of Asia Pacific Regional Scout Foundation engrossed with Silver Palm member. Mr. Jeraman Kanyapan, keep ready. You will come over the stage next. May I now request Mr. Jeraman Kanyapan from Bharat Scouts and Guides, India, for his recognition as APR Foundation's Silver Palm member. Friends, the next one is the Gold Palm member. US dollar 10,000 membership fee paid by Mr. Pansak, the International Commissioner of National Scout Organization of Thailand. Mr. Pansak, please come over the stage. Dr. Nizamuddin Ahmed, be ready, please. The next one is no other than our chairman of the Regional Scout Committee for the coming triennium, Dr. Ahmed Rashdi, for the Gold Palm member. Friends, it's the right time for recognizing those who supported and motivated people to be the member of the foundation. One is Dr. Nizamuddin from Bangladesh, who raised about 9,000 US dollars, and he will be recognized for purple shield with that. However, by the time he comes, we will invite the Scout Association of Japan representative to kindly receive the recognition, as the Japan Scout Association has supported the APR Foundation to raise over 9,000 US dollars in this triennium. So may we request someone from Japan Scout Associations, Masuka-san. And then we will have the Scout Association of Hong Kong next, after Japan. For the information of the conference, this is a recognition for those who support in not paying the money, but getting people motivated to contribute to the foundation. Thank you, Scout Association of Japan. And the next one is the Scout Association of Hong Kong, who organized a fundraising event and contributed over $60,000. And rising up to the stage is our fundraising coordinator, Mr. Dominic Chu. Thank you, Scout Association of Hong Kong. And the next one is no other than the president of this AP Scout Foundation, Dr. Chow Xiaopo, who organized an event in Taiwan and got contributed over $20,000 in one evening. Thank you, Dr. Chow. Dr. Chow, please stay there. because Dr. Chow will be leaving in a while, so we would like to recognize him for his leadership to the APR Scout Foundation in the last triennium. Certificate of recognition to Dr. Chow Shao Po for invaluable services as President of the APR Scout Foundation Management Committee from 2015 to 18, given on 19th day of October 2018 at the Philippines International Convention Center, signed by the Regional Director and the Chairman, accompanied with a plaque. Thank you, Dr. Chow. That was a wonderful triennium for the APR Scout Foundation, and we look forward under your leadership for the next triennium.
Chairman Parkinson, Chairman Rusty, and Secretary General JR, and all our brothers and sister scouts. I'm leaving today, but I have to tell you that I'm leaving here with a warmer heart and very good feeling, but with a very sore hand. Why my hand gets sore? Because I had to sign so many pieces of certificate of donation, certificate of appreciation, all because of your support. Thank you very much. You all get this fan? Yeah, you all get this fan? This is a promotional fund from the Scout of China, Taiwan, because we are bidding for to host the next conference, the 27th APR Scout Conference in our country. I have to say that I would like to express our thanks to Bharat Scouts and Guides, the India Scout friends, because they withdraw from the bidding. So we are the only one now, but not official. Chairman Paul Parkinson remind me, don't say it's certain, because tomorrow you are going to vote for this, to make it a matter of formality, but I am still, as a matter of formality, as a deep appreciation, I ask you cordially to vote Taiwan, okay? And we are prepared to receive you, and I assure you that in October 21, you will be a very good conference. Come to Taiwan, okay? Thank you. Thank you.
Sure, Dr. Chow. Once again, thank you very much.
Dear leaders, this is the time for those National Scout organizations who have contributed in the last triennium towards growth. And these are recognized based on their membership, submitted to the WISM, and we have divided it into two. One, those who raised by percentage, and the other who raised by the numbers. I will start with the percentage, and will invite Pakistan Boy Scout Association, who raised 35% in the last triennium. The next one will be Bhutan Scouts. Pakistan Boy Scout Association has contributed the highest in terms of percentage, but definitely when looking at the membership of Pakistan Boy Scout Association and in increase in ranking, it does affect with the numbers too. It has a very big number increase. Thank you, Pakistan, for over 100,000 membership increase in the triennium. Next is Bhutan Scout Association, a very small nation with a very little number of young people, yet they made a 27% of increase in the last triennium. Thank you, Bhutan Scout Association. Next is Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka Scout Association made an increase of 25% in their membership in last triennium. Thank you, Sri Lanka. Next triennium should be 50%. When we go by numbers, this is basically the large countries which have a large number of youth population with a bigger scope of increase. We would like to invite Bangladesh Scout Association, which with a figure of 188,853 increase in the last triennium, so almost about 60,000, almost about 80,000 per year. Thank you very much. The next one, we would like to invite Bharat Scouts and Guides India. Very small difference between the two. The Bharat Scouts and Guides makes 179,923 numbers of young people increase in their previous membership in the last triennium. Thank you, Bharat Scouts and Guides, and keep it up. We need to triple this in this triennium. I hope the director is listening. Thank you, Swamiji. And finally, the Boy Scouts of the Philippines with 85,819 increase in the last triennium. Boy Scouts of the Philippines. I hope we will have more National Scout organization in the next conference with having the similar number of increase so that we can recognize more of you. Thank you.
Thank you for all of you, the growth of Scouts Movement IPR. At this juncture, we also would like to recognize the invaluable services of the IPR Scouts Committee for the term 2012-2018, and also the chairman of subcommittee for the 2015-2018. May we have the honor to invite the World Scouts Committee Chairperson, Brother Grace G.R. Pangilingan, to present the mementos and certificate of recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This certificate reads, for the services of the Regional Scout Committee, Certificate of Recognition to the name, for invaluable service as the position in the Regional Committee for the period of 2015 and 18, and member both the position if they have in different trienniums, and given on 20th day of October 2018 at the Philippine International Convention Center, signed by the regional chairman and the regional director. we would like to request our Vice Chairman, Ms. Rico Suzuki, to kindly receive these recognitions. May I now request the outgoing member of the Regional Scout Committee, Mr. Pataroj Kamanshori, member from 2015 to 2018. May we request Mr. Janaprit Fernando for his services to the Regional Committee for 2012 to 15 and 15 to 17. Mr. Janaprit. Okay, we will come back to this and move to Mr. Rajalingam Ramaswamy, member for 2017 and 18. To our treasurer for the period of 2015 and 18, Mr. Paul Y. Chihol. We will also recognize, but he has already left the conference side, but we will recognize Mr. Mori Cheng Chikin for his membership to the Regional Scout Committee for 2015 and 17. Thank you, Mr. Paulo. We would like to invite Belinda Wang Lingyu as the chairman of the Young Adult Member Group and the full member of the Regional Committee for the period of 2017 and 18. Is Mr. Randall around now? Friends, Mr. Randall Avisado is a bit busy somewhere right now, so we will recognize him. But finally, we would like to recognize the chairman, Mr. Paul D. Parkinson, for his services to the committee for 2015 and 18 and 2012 and 15. Let us give a round of applause to Paul Parkinson and all the members of the committee for their services in the last triennium. Thank you, sirs. Thank you so much for your services, and we look forward to continue. We would request the Chairman Craig to stay. And the regional director also to stay. And Mr. Paul, would you please stay? We would now request the subcommittee chairmen to walk on the stage to be recognized for their services. Mr. Devraj Gimre, the Program Subcommittee. Ms. Dr. Sumbon Bunyasari for the Chairmanship of Management Subcommittee. We will recognize Mr. Del Corvera a bit later. And now I would like to invite Mr. David Jones for his services to Financial Resources Subcommittee, and of course, one of the highlight of the last year, the Scout Bazaar. Thank you, Mr. David Jones. We would like to invite Mr. Brata Harjosub Broto for services as Chairman of the Scouting Profile Subcommittee. We would like to invite Mr. Malcolm Tan. Where are you? He led the Strategy Monitoring Task Force, making the miserable life of the other chairmen much easier with his services. Thank you, Mr. Malcolm Tan. And finally, we would like to invite another important chairman of the awards committee. Very difficult job to serve, Mr. Shriram Lamichane. Mr. Lamichane. Thank you, sir.
Brother Scouts, next on the agenda, in the Action Times presentation, there are 10 presentations of success stories of various topics by various national scout organizations. May we remind all there are 10 participant NSO that each presentation must be limited 10 minutes. Give 12. So only 12 minutes. First in the list, may we call Pakistan Boy Scout Association to present the U report.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Zahid Mehboob from Pakistan Boy Scout Association. Last year we have a very good project which was supported by the World Scout Bureau to the UNICEF in Pakistan. That was regarding the U report. A U report basically is a communication tool. It is directly for the youth to join it and give their opinion as well as get the correct information. In this pilot project, more than 30,000 youth were selected, recruited and trained, and they are also now involved in giving the responses through their mobile phones and their computers networking. So we recruited the scout leaders, and the training was provided through interpersonal communication in different forums in different cities of Pakistan. Another thing that we also, you see, there is a mascot developed with the support of UNICEF that is regarding the Messenger of Peace mascot, because for the youth we not required the Superman or other things, but a person who is intellectually developed, who may plan for the better world, the projects or the activities at grassroots level. This idea was already came from a youth who developed this idea to have a Peaceman mask. So our team is presenting the mask. This mask has an advantage. It was also used by our scouts, not only in Pakistan, but scouts from Indonesia also requested for the same, and the same was provided by our youth to the Indonesian scouts. So this communication tool is used especially for the disasters. You can see the scout leaders and the scouts serving in the communities, in the floods. This is a Balochistan area. We have earthquake in Kashmir, administrative Pakistani Kashmir, and in the northern areas of Pakistan. The registration by the scouts. So communication is basically the main tool is through the U report. A booklet that not only involved the U report system, but also the proficiency badges related to the emergency response, disasters, and other areas for the better world also included in this booklet. Then this report provided us a chance to develop a national youth council. Like we have a national council for adults, in which we have the participation of youth. But this national youth council is purely consisting of the youth coming from all the 10 branches of Pakistan. And now they are planning which events they want to have in accordance with the needs of the youth, inspiration for other youth as well. A Better World framework was also developed in Pakistan, and this U report was also included in that because the communication involved in all the three major pillars of the Better World, the MOP, the Better World framework, and the Scout to the World Award and the World Scout Environment Program. These are different pictures when we were trained. Not only training was provided by the scout leaders of Pakistan, but resource persons from other NGOs who have some expertise in the U report working in their area, they were also involved. They were also recognized by a toolkit how one can perform better in the disasters. So our future plans that based on this pilot project learning, in which we involved more than 30,000 scouts, we may approach to other scouts and non-scouts as well, because Better World give us opportunity to involve the non-scout youth, inspire them, and then they will be very happily join scouting as well. Then establishing scene center. that is a component of a World Scout Environment Program in the 35 acres of land in which we have the national headquarters and very big campsite where we have a natural habitat for not only for the environmental education but other things that is the part of the scene. So we also have animated movie, a very small one, so you can see how we can use the mascot. We are also thankful to the Indonesian Scouts because the music of the MOP was used in this animated movie. This is regarding the
Scouts around the world are running projects that help people. They play constructive roles in society, and may help aware and educate people with a strong focus on the outdoors activities. They also involve other community members to make the world a better place.
In the world to live in peace. This is the time to spread out the word. Love.
The communication is made by the UNICEF team, giving him the message that you have done better work.
Bring the love and live in harmony.
The peaceman is happy. He did a good job.
To your heart.
Every scout who runs the projects like these is a messenger of peace.
Start to change the world today.
So thank you very much for your patience, learning and visuals for this movement. You can get the mascot mask or the brochure from our place in the exhibition area. Thank you so much.
Shukriya, Mirbani, Brother Shahid. Thank you very much. Next, we would like to invite Nepal Scouts to share their success stories on Habitat for Humanity.
Good morning, conference. Good morning. Nepal Scout is working with Habitat for Humanity Nepal since 7 years. We also work with the Duke of Edinburgh, and we are also planning to work with WWF very soon. So Nepal Scout works with Humanity for Habitat for Humanity Nepal, especially providing services in their work. The partnership between Nepal Scouts and the Habitat for Humanity Nepal is its 7th year since 2012. Two organizations have been working together in the areas of youth leadership development, volunteerism, public awareness, and building projects. Nepal Scouts and Habitat for Humanity Nepal strengthen this partnership by signing a Memorandum of Understanding MOU officially on 20 December 2017. Here are some of the highlights of activities jointly accomplished by Nepali Scout and Habitat for Humanity Nepal. So this is the signing program of MOU between Nepali Scout and Habitat for Humanities. So basically we work on awareness program, building program. So until now we have 3 build program: Scout build, Everest build, and Youth build. Okay, so awareness program. A joint awareness program was organized on International Day to promote the use of locally available resources while constructing shelter and houses. So after the disaster, devastating earthquake in Nepal, so the most of the people, they lose their house, and the Habitat for Humanity Nepal is promoting to build to construct houses using locally available resources. That is less costly, and then that will be also kind of earthquake resistant. So Habitat for Humanity Nepal work and provide training to the local community people how to use their local resources, how to make it earthquake resistant. And the Nepali Scouts aware about it to the local community by organizing rally, gathering people in a place and promoting about this. So these are some pictures. We organized the rally. Scout build. So there were 3 building program: one Scout build, Everest build, and Youth build. So in the Scout build program, so Habitat for Humanity Nepal organized a special Scout build program in Panchkhal Kabra district. It was for 3 days. And more than 600 scouts volunteers have provided their volunteering service in the Scout build campaign. Habitat for Humanity Nepal and Nepali Scout, Boy Scout of America, Far East Council, and local community people work jointly in the campaign. Volunteer works on 50 different houses to plaster wall with mud, making roofs, painting doors, windows, etc. So these are the action Scout did. Similarly, in the Youth build program, the Scout and Habitat for Humanity Nepal, we construct a training hall in our Kakani International Scout Center. Habitat for Humanity Nepal, Nepali Scout, and Boy Scout of America Far East Council constructed a building in Nepali Scout Kakani International Scout Center, Kakani Nuwakot, Nepal on 2nd August 2017. This is now being used as a training hall during the camping. So this is all. This is the end of my slide. Can I ask you, how many of you knows about the Baden-Powell Scout Peak? Please raise your hand. Okay, thank you. So in Nepal, we have a pride of scouting. We renamed it officially. The Nepal government renamed in 2006, called Baden-Powell Scout Peak. So until now, there were more than 30 scout leaders around the world have climbed it successfully. And then Asia Pacific region also recognized it. If you climb it, you will get a certificate and badge, called Baden-Powell Scout Peak from Nepali Scout and Asia Pacific region. So please try to do it, so be a part of history of Baden-Powell Scout Peak. Thank you.
We would like to thank Nepal Scout from their presentation. Third in the line for action time presentation is from the MOS Scout NSO, Gerakan Pramuka Indonesia. And the topic is one, humanitarian action in the scouting and disasters response.
Good morning, brothers and sisters Scout. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I would like to present to you the humanitarian action in scouting and disaster response by the Indonesia Scout Gerakan Pramuka, with emphasis on our actions in the recent 3 years. I should start by advising you on where Indonesia is. Indonesia, marking in dotted red circle, lies on the horseshoe shape of Pacific Ring of Fire in the basin of Pacific Ocean, where many earthquakes and volcanic eruptions occur. You can see the 40,000 kilometer long areas marking in yellow color, which is associated strongly with a nearly continuous series of oceanic trances, volcanic arcs, and volcanic belts and plate movement. It has 450 more volcanoes, where 75% of them are the world's most active volcanoes. The volcanoes in Indonesia are the most active within Pacific Ring of Fire. Now, let's look at Indonesian archipelago itself, which consists of more than 7,000 islands, inhabited by 260 million people. This map is a map shows earthquake risk in Indonesia. Areas with dark brown color are the highest risk, and the lighter color shows areas with lower risk, up to yellow and gray color with no risk at all. Look at Aceh on the left side, which hit by the 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake occurred on 26th of December 2004, with an epicenter off the west coast of northern Sumatra, with magnitude of 9.1 until 9.3 scale Richter, and created a series of large tsunamis up to 30 meters high. They flooded communities along the coast and killed an estimated of 227,000 people in 14 countries. The largest number was in Indonesian city of Banda Aceh, followed by Sri Lanka, India, and Thailand. Lombok, at the bottom, hit by earthquake, which happened twice, on 5th and 19th of August 2018, measuring 6.9 Richter scale, began with foreshock, a nearby 6.4 earthquake on 29th of July. The aftershock was another 6.9 earthquake on 19th of August 2018. In the aftermath of the sequence, a total of 563 people were confirmed killed, with more than 1,000 were confirmed injured. More than 417,000 people were displaced. The most recent earthquake were on 28th of September 2018, a month ago, where a shallow, large earthquake struck in the neck of Minahasa Peninsula, Indonesia, with its epicenter located in the mountainous Donggala Regency, and city of Palu in central Sulawesi. The magnitude was 7.5 Richter scale, located 77 kilometers away from provincial capital of Palu. This event was preceded by a sequence of 4 shocks, the largest of which was a magnitude of 6.1. It happened just a few minutes after Indonesia Scout Gerakan Pramuka concluded its National Assembly in the city of Kendari, 1,000 kilometers west of Palu, where we have our new chairman, Mr. Budi Waseso. Following the main shock, a localized tsunami struck Palu, sweeping shore-lying houses and buildings on its way. The combined effect of the earthquake and tsunami led to the death of at least 2,100 people. The tsunami's height reaching an estimated maximum of 4 to 6 meters, striking the settlement of Palu, Donggala, and Mamuju along its path. The earthquake caused major soil liquefaction in areas in and around Palu. In 2 locations, this led to mud flows, which many buildings become submerged, causing hundreds of deaths, with many more missing. Understanding the very threatening situation in the country, Indonesia Scout Gerakan Pramuka, since 1999, under the umbrella of Pramuka Peduli or Pramuka Cares Task Force, several Indonesia Scout provincial districts have formed groups of rovers and trained and educated them to perform quick emergency response units as searchers and rescuers. Among the groups, one called Brigade Penolong or Rescuer Brigades. There are also other groups called Ubaloka or Scout Rescue Unit, Unit Bantuan Pertolongan Pramuka. The brigade were trained and educated in coordination and cooperation with Indonesia National Disaster Agency or BNPB, as well as Indonesia National Search and Rescue Agency or Basarnas. They did a very hard trainings, many times by adopting military-style disciplines and physical exercises. These are meant to build and ensure the fitness and strength of our rovers and makes them ready to cope with any risk and dangerous situations during emergencies. To ensure the preparedness and readiness of our Gerakan Pramuka Rescue Brigade, the World Scout Foundation have awarded Gerakan Pramuka with Disaster Preparedness and Community Services Project under the MOP, Messengers of Peace Program, in 2015, worth $136,000. To supplement more trainings for 75 rovers from Sumatra, Java, and Sulawesi Islands with additional skills and knowledge, including assessment skills, to conduct surveillance and mapping for mitigation, and practicing Geographic Information System or GIS application and streaming for searching on emergency areas. Participants consist of one leader and his or her 4 rovers, 2 boys and 2 girls on each group. This is to conduct or ensure disaster preparedness Disaster preparedness refers to measures taken to prepare for and reduce the effect of disasters. To ensure the proper disaster management system, we need to do mitigation, preparedness itself, response, and disaster recovery. Our recruitment criteria are, they must be based in scout unit or troop, and their area is categorized as high risk. They have a minimum experience in dealing with disaster response, able to do mapping and tracking, able to operate smartphone and able to use internet accesses, and recommended by their leaders in the provincial council. In response to Palu earthquake on 28th of September, Indonesia Scout Gerakan Pramuka was sending its rescuer brigade from Makassar. They come from several provinces and gathered in Makassar before coming to Palu. It's 40 minutes flight from Makassar. And assisting international and private responses at Palu Airport. Many international responses we receive, including Australia, United Nations, South Korea. South Korea provide 1 million humanitarian assistance and also dispatch Korea disaster relief team. Singapore with sending its 2 C-130 Hercules from Republic of Singapore Air Force. New Zealand contribute 1.6 million US dollar assistance and deploy Federation of the Red Cross and Red Crescent. Malaysia dispatch their smart team and donation of 500,000 ringgit. Taiwan deploys 36 specialists and 6 sniffer dogs from New Taipei City Fire Departments and National Fire Agency. Also blankets, 10,000. The Philippines has pledged 300,000 US dollar and sent all the aids with 25% contingent by their Lockheed C-130 Hercules cargo plane. European Union pledged an initial 1.5 million euro and dispatched humanitarian expert as well. United States gave 100,000 US dollars through US aid. Okay. Salvation Army. United Kingdom deploys Atlas aircraft. And these are one poster of fundraising activity did by East Java Scout Council and children coloring and drawing event by a group of Scout volunteers.
Dari DPI Polri ada 295 jenazah yang akan kita makamkan. Saya minta tolong kepada seluruh rekan-rekan pramuka dimanapun Anda berada, bergabung bersama kami, bantu TNI, Polri, tim gabungan, Basarnas, BNPB. Masih banyak daerah-daerah yang perlu kita bantu di daerah Palu dan Donggala. Kita bisa lihat jenazah-jenazah. Di sana juga ada jenazah juga.
Okay, thank you very much. That's our volunteers calling for action from scouting from all over the world. This is the end of my presentations. Thank you for several NSOs who paid attention and sent sympathies, condolence to Indonesia. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Kak Brata. May we remind all the rest participant NSO that each presentation must be limited 12 minutes. The fourth presentation, the regional success story regarding Messenger of Peace, may I invite the MAO Regional Decision Committee members, Mr. Peter Blah, to do the presentation. Good morning. Good morning.
Please be seated on our train as we explore some exciting messenger of peace activities that our young people and leaders have created. Have you seen the pie graph in the Better World booth? Congratulations, big hand everyone. Thank you for your contribution. We as a region have contributed more than 86% of the total service hours recorded given by Scouts globally towards creating a better world. And in the past 3 years, we, the Asia Pacific region team, has concentrated on 3 things. How many, everyone? 3. They are globalising our network, building capacity, and responding to disasters and providing community service. Now, my friends, how many projects did we upload onto www.scout.org? Have a guess. It was more than 30,000 projects. Again, another big clap, please. We recorded 31,365 projects on scout.org. And we know that this is a tiny number because many people are not recording their projects. Our true projects may be many more. Towards building and globalising our network at large events such as jamborees, Better World villages were installed, and they created awareness, inspiring all young people, Scouts and non-Scouts, to be active global citizens. More than 100,000 young people. How many, everyone? More than 100,000 young people were engaged in NSOs of Mongolia, India, Pakistan, the Philippines, Scouts of China and Korea in these projects. Well done. Now, the total number of users on these registered events were over 92,000. This is indeed fantastic results. Rio, you're not going to sleep, are you? Good. Okay. Now, my friends, in capacity building, we had 2 NSO coordinated gatherings, one in India and one in Malaysia. And there was a core committee meeting at Mount Makiling here in the Philippines. And this was replicated at the local levels, where local coordinator meetings were held in Thailand, Malaysia, India, Nepal, Mongolia, Bhutan and Myanmar. And in addition to that, we have regular monthly online coordinating meetings and a core coordinating committee meeting to sustain this strong network. Within our communities, projects directed at national and disaster responses trained over 1,300 young people in responding to disasters. And we know, unfortunately, that this is timely because during the last 3 years, some of the countries impacted in our region by natural disasters included Fiji, Nepal, India, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, and here, the Philippines. And they have been granted support through the MOP Emergency Project Fund. Now, support from the MOP Fund has included a total of 49 projects. How many, everyone? 49 projects. That is fantastic. And it amounts to, get ready to write this figure down, 856,000 American dollars, more than $1 million Australian dollars. And the foundation of this success, look around everyone, is the team. The teams that you have built in your NSOs. And in the last 5.5 years, we've invested significantly in building teams at the local grassroots level. And as of today, here's another number. You know how good I am at maths. Susie, have you got it down? We have trained more than 3,000 MOP coordinators in 13 different NSOs. Brothers and sisters, we are doing well. The work undertaken in our NSOs is identified globally. And as a result, recently, 3 of our young people were recognised as global MOP heroes. And they were awarded, let's give them a clap. Please, if you're in the auditorium, could you stand? Please, congratulations. They were awarded with our Secretary General at the United Nations in New York on the occasion of the International Day of Peace. Fantastic work, well done. We are so very, very proud. It must have been so exciting to join with your brothers and sisters. Now, my friends, in addition, tomorrow we will be recognising another 6 leaders and young people as regional APR Messengers of Peace heroes. We have much to be excited about, and we are very lucky to have all of these people and all of these projects on our train. Now, brothers and sisters, please look out the window of your train as we very quickly go through an MOP journey over the last few years on video. Well done. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Scouting friends all over the world. Create a bridge in the world to live in peace. This is the time to spread out the word. Love, peace, tolerance, respect. Bring the love and live in harmony. Whisper it deep into your
you might look at the back because we've got some dances happening. On our left of our screen, we have great activities, and on the right, the young people that are making this happen.
No matter where you are, this is the time to spread out the word. Love, peace, tolerance, respect.
If you would like to get up and join them, please do so.
Hand in hand, let's build a better world. We are scouts, the messengers of peace. Respecting the difference and diversity. Bring the love and live in harmony. Whispering deep into your heart. We are scouts, the messengers of peace. Hand in hand, let's build a better world. We are scouts.
Brothers and sisters, all of this could only be achieved with the great support and the commitment that we get from everyone, from you, your leaders and your young people in your NSOs. Thank you for all that you are doing and will do to promote our messengers of peace so that we can create a better world where we can all live in harmony and prosper. Scouts of the world, messengers of peace, creating a better world. Thank you.
Thank you. One more applause to Peter Black. So with peace and love, I do believe more successful for the next coming years. Once again, thank you very much, Mr. Black, for the actions, time presentation of MOP. Brothers, sisters, scouts and leaders, time presentations that the impact of scouting is the 5th presentation, and may we invite Scout of China, Taiwan, to present their success story.
Good morning, brothers and sisters in Scouting. Today, we are going to talk about the impact of Scouting, CJK project. I'm Annie.
And I'm David.
We're from Scouts of China. So on your left-hand side is the official logo of CJK Venture Project. And on the right-hand side is the CJK Rover Project. So why is it named after CJK? For C, it's the General Association of the Scouts of China, Taiwan. And for J is the Scout Association of Japan. And for K is Korea Scout Association. So what is CJK project? There are 3 aspects of this project. First one is Secretary General, which plays a very important role in this project, who will have an annual meeting to exchange information and thoughts with other countries. Also, they will make decisions about CJK project for the following year. And the second is for Rover Scouts. They will have overseas services in a different country, especially in local remote village, which we will mention later on. And for Venture Scouts, Taiwan, Japan, Korea will take turns holding services in their country. For example, David has participated in CJK Venture Project this summer in Tainan, Taiwan. CJK project has been through 3 stages. The first and the second stage has lasted for 10 years, starting from 2003 in Philippines. And the third stage started in Bangladesh in 2014. For the future, we are still seeking for potential partnerships. There are 4 main elements in the CJK project. First, public health. We will guide them to clean the environment during we visit their village. Second, health education. We will teach them how to brush their teeth properly. Also, we will provide them clean toothbrushes. Third, cultural exchange. We provide opportunities for our rovers to exchange their experience, to exchange thoughts with local scouts. Also, they will learn how to cooperate with others. Last but not least, environmental protection. We will guide them to do the correct recycling and learn how to protect the environment.
Good morning, conference. I'm David. For the next part, we would like to introduce the CJK Venture Project. Based on the former successful experience of CJK Rover, the 3 NSO decided to launch another program for Venture Scouts. What's different is that the CJK Venture is organized by the NSO and then conducted by Venture Scouts in 3 countries, either Taiwan, Japan, or Korea. Therefore, the CJK Venture Project features local specialties, as you can see in the picture. This summer in Taiwan, we visited a special landscape called the Moon World. Cultural interaction is also an important part of the CJK Venture Project. During the event, we will have Taiwanese night, Japanese night, and Korean night for participants to introduce their food and culture. As you can see in the picture, we have scouts from Taiwan and Japan wearing traditional clothes brought by Korea. Last but not least, community involvement is the core part of the CJK project. This summer, we have cleaned up leaves, branches, and moss in a remote community in Tainan, Taiwan, since the villagers were too old to do the work by themselves. As the overall impact of the CJK project can be divided into 2 aspects, to the participants, they are able to think, to act with a different view. Through the practice service experience with scouts from other countries dealing with all kinds of difficulties, and they may develop greater responsibilities. For example, as former participants of 2015 CJK Rover, Belinda Wong and Daniel Run later realized that they can contribute to the region to do more. This motivates them to serve as YAMG. We also encouraged participants to enhance intercultural and interreligious friendship, which is emphasized in the World Scout policy of diversity and inclusion. As the impact to the communities, CJK project helped change their lifestyle through education. We promote public health, environmental protection, and personal hygiene. They also receive information from other countries, which is kind of difficult for them during normal situation, since most of the communities were too remote to have resources, information, and internet access. Because of scouting, they may have positive social image toward what we are doing and what is our mission and vision. For the future of CJK, after 2018 CJK Venture take place in Taiwan this summer, our NSO would like to set up Scouts of the World Award Discovery Workshop later this year in the community we serve, because the location itself is a great spot for set up the SWA base. And the 3 NSOs also agreed to continuously strengthen our cooperation through all kinds of meeting and service projects like Secretary General's annual meeting. Since we already have significant success over the past few years, we would like to upgrade the service projects for Venture Scouts and Rover Scouts. Venture Scouts in the future, they may do overseas services in other countries in the Asia-Pacific region. For the Rover Scouts, they may visit other regions outside the APR. So we are still seeking for potential partnership, and we're looking forward to have more countries to join this project and spread the impact of Scouting. At the end of the presentation, we would like to appreciate Scout Association of Japan, Korea Scout Association, Bangladesh Scouts, and the Boy Scouts of the Philippines for making the CJK project a resounding success. And we believe the CJK project and the friendship without borders will continuously going on. We expect to expand the impact of Scouting through the CJK project as messengers of peace. We're Annie and David from Taiwan. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the present of the success stories from Scout of China, Taiwan. Brothers and sisters, leaders, at this juncture, we are going to have 30 minutes break. May I request all of you, please come back to the plenary at 11 o'clock sharp. 11 o'clock sharp. Please, for the second half of the action time presentation. Once again, thank you very much.